Hi there. My name is Rebecca Matthews. I'm the transformation coach and the founder of the Mind and Body Co. Welcome to today's Five to Thrive. Five to Thrive is a quick 5-minute tutorial where I share tips, tricks, and strategies to help you truly create a life you love. Today, I wanted to talk to you about something that comes up a lot when I first start working with clients, and that's this whole idea of compromise. And when we're thinking about the dreams, we're thinking about big picture, what would our ideal life look like? If we could have anything, what would we have? What career path we might like to work down? Particularly in relationships, it's a really big one. And it's this whole idea around compromise. Now, compromise is a bit of a dirty word because it makes us feel bad. It makes us feel like we're having to give up something. It's what I call a below the line thinking style. And, it's really, it has a negative connotation and it makes people feel like they're not getting what they want. They're having to compromise constantly. They're constantly having to meet someone halfway or compromise on what they really want, or, they want the Ferrari, but they buy the Lada because it's compromise, or, they want the big house, but their partner wants a boat, so they compromise. Nobody wins because everybody has to compromise. Everybody ends up feeling a little bit shit. So what I like to work with people instead is to really embrace the idea of prioritization rather than compromise. And that's when we really look at, what are the things that are really important to us? Because if it's really important to us, we shouldn't be giving up on it. We shouldn't be compromising. We shouldn't be letting go of those dreams. And so when we prioritize, what we do is we go, you know what? This thing's really important to me, but these elements of it aren't actually what's important. It's this part of it that's important to me. And then what we can do is we can go, okay, well, if I take the really important bit, the bit that gives me what I really want from this, and then you identify what it is, the thing is that you really want and is really deeply important to you. And then together we can design a new option. It's not necessarily, you want A, I want Z, let's meet in the middle. It's really about, okay, well, what's important to me about A is, X, Y, Z, and what's important to you about Z is ABC, and then we kind of go, okay, well, let's design this whole different thing that really meets both of our needs without either of us feeling like we're compromising or giving up on it. A really simple example of this is, when you're looking for a car. This is a really practical example, but, when you're looking to buy a car, and you go, well, I want the, I'll use my example recently, I want the Mini Cooper convertible. Well, obviously I want the latest one. I wanted sports mode, I wanted manual, it had to be black with black interior. These were all the big items that were really important to me. But, when I dug deeper, when it came to maybe not having it at all or having it, but maybe making some edits to what that looked like. You look at what's important. I actually didn't care how old it was. I didn't care how many Ks were on the clock. It was important that it was taken care of and it would run and be reliable. But to me, it really represented something so much bigger than just being a functional vehicle. So some of the things that were important to me, I made sure I prioritized, and the things that weren't that important to me meant that I could bring it into a price range that worked and was realistic for us. So, it's the same as when you maybe buy a house, or you decide where you're going to send your kids to school, or, what you want in a relationship. Start to think about it through the lens of prioritization rather than compromise, because what it does is it's a much more healthier frame of mind and a healthier lens to look at things through. Rather than thinking of things as a compromise, think of it as a prioritization, because that's where you hold the power. You get to decide what's important to you. You get to make the decisions based on what you've highlighted as being the the non-negotiables for you. And then the other stuff, well, we can give or take that. Yes, it is very similar in concept to compromise. The difference is it doesn't make you feel so dirty, doesn't make you feel like you're giving up quite so much. And it really is the simplicity of changing the language, changing the mindset, which is, my whole jam. Change the language, change the mindset, and get a much better result that you feel deeply happy about, rather than, compromising on something, getting something that's kind of half what you wanted and not really feeling like you've won it all, which is, often the case. So that was my thoughts for you today. Prioritize, don't compromise, change the language, change the feeling, change the mindset, change the outcome. And I'd really love to, as always, hear from you. Is this something that you already do? Is it something that you think would make a difference for you? And that's all I've got for you today. And I look forward to reading your comments. Have a wonderful day. Bye for now.